Hello everyone, JP, registered acupuncturist here, and welcome back to another episode of Everyday Immortal. Today we're going to discuss one of the foundation principles or tools that we use in traditional Chinese medicine, self-care, and that is meditation or breath work, or some may call it self-awareness practices. Now, when we discuss self-awareness practices, people wonder, well, awareness of what? So through techniques like meditation and breathing exercises, what we're trying to develop is a better awareness of our environment, awareness of our bodies, as well as awareness of our thoughts and our emotions. Now, that's important because if we are not aware of these different aspects of our life, it is very difficult for us to realize where imbalances are lying that are contributing to our health issues. In Chinese medicine, all health issues stem from an imbalance between yin and yang, and if we are unaware of where that is coming from, then it is very difficult to correct it and create more health in our bodies. One of the things I like to explain to my patients right on their first appointment as when we're discussing the topic of meditative practices, for some people it can be quite intimidating. Maybe you've tried it and it's very hard for the mind to calm down. And that's why I like to explain it as breath work, because really at the end of the day, when you look across the board at all the different meditative practices that are out there, the one underlying theme that we see is connected to the breath. So really all meditation is just focused breath work. It is the discipline and practice of paying attention to breathing and using different breathing disciplines. Now, why the breath? Why is that such a powerful tool? Well, if we look at the body and what we use to function every day, there's three main sources of energy we can look at: food, water, and oxygen. If we look at food, if the body goes without food, it can survive for days, even weeks. If we look at water, it's even more important. Days would go by before we'd have serious physiological effects from dehydration. But oxygen, you hold your breath, or you are in a room and there's no oxygen in it, right? Seconds will go by and your body starts to become in serious physiological and mental stress. By understanding how important oxygen in breathing is, it would stand to make sense that we should learn to optimize how we breathe, because breathing will affect our physiology and the state of our emotions, not on a week-to-week or day-by-day basis, but on a second-by-second basis. So often I ask many of my patients, how many breaths can you account for today? How much time did you take to pay attention to how you're breathing? So for a lot of people, when they look at meditation and they get intimidated, I want to remind them you're already doing half the work. You're already breathing all of the time. It's just learning and teaching people how to pay attention to it. And we want to start off with little chunks. If you go to the gym, the first day you're at the gym, you're not expected to do a 90-minute, intense workout. Maybe just a warm-up is good enough for your first session, depending on the state of your health. So what I tell most of my patients is just start with breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't worry about the technique for breathing. Just start to pay attention to your breath. And you put a timer on for 5 minutes. It's just enough time that it's not going to disrupt your day too much, and you'll be able to start to develop that habit. It's more about consistency than time. If you can meditate for 5 minutes 5 times a week, it's going to be more beneficial to your physiology and to your practice than trying to meditate for a half hour or an hour once a week or once a month. Now, the nice thing about it is as you start to build this consistency of practice, meditating 5 minutes a day every day or every other day, what happens is you start to build this muscle memory to the practice. And as you do it, you'll be able to go longer, meditate to deeper states of consciousness, but also get to those deep states quicker. And that's beneficial because once that happens, because breathing is happening all the time, you can start to enact a meditative state with any activity that you're doing, because through every activity that you do, breathing is involved. So whether you're doing the chores, cooking, working, when I work on a patient, I try to focus my breath, so I'm completely focused on my task. Sports, I mean, try, running or boxing without focusing on your breathing. It's impossible. Even being intimate with your partner, or even having conversations with people, having debates, discussions. So it's just a kind of a no-brainer tool to start to use. And the great thing about it doesn't cost anything. It's just discipline and time. If you start to practice doing those 5 minutes every day, 5 days a week even, over time, over the next 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks, you will start to develop these skill sets, and you'll start to see change in how you think and feel. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy this content, please subscribe to the channel. Please like and share with your friends. And until next time, take care.